Good morning, Mr. Fikens.
Morning, Mr. Reed. Morning, Ms. Sayers.
Good morning, Mr. Fikens. How are you?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good.
Good morning, Ms. Mack.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, iPhone. Sir?
That's Mr. Purry.
Mr. Purry, okay.
Sir, can I have your name, please?
That's Kenneth Purry.
Okay, I don't understand the last name that you're saying.
Purry.
Okay.
Morning, Mr. Kashari.
Good morning, Mr. Griffin. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Mr.
everyone.
Parker.
Mr.
And
Kish-
Mr. Parker.
Good morning, Mr. Kashari, Mr. Griffin.
How you doing, Mr. Parker?
I'm well, Mr. Fikens. How you doing this morning?
Pretty good, thank you.
Good, good.
We're gonna go in the breakout room with Mr. Franklin.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You'll do it, okay.
Mr. Reed,
Do you want co-host
Mr.
privileges
Parker.
in order to do that, Mr. Fikens?
I'm sorry?
Would you like co-host privileges in order to do that? To go in and out of the breakout? Okay.
No, they don't. I don't want that responsibility.
Who needs to go? I'm sorry. Who needs to go in the breakout room?
When
Me and
when Mr. Franklin get on, he's not on yet.
Oh, okay. Mr. Franklin and who else?
He's gonna go
myself.
in, yeah, with Mr. Fikens.
Oh, with Mr. Franklin. Okay, got it. So the judge is gonna be a few minutes late. She got pulled into a meeting, so we'll be starting a little later today, this morning.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Mack.
And Mr. Smith, you're not on, your court date not until the 11th. Yep, I'll give you a call. Unmute for me, Mr. Smith.
All right. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you still in the heat program, right?
Correct.
Okay, and y'all finishing up your last assignment.
Yep. The final. Yeah.
Okay, and after that, and I'll probably have you ready to graduate after that assignment.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep, and so I'll see you back on the 11th. You next Tuesday.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, I'll see you then. I'll talk to you before then.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Griffin, how you doing?
How you doing, Mr. Kyle? How you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Mr. Griffin, when you get a chance, can you put your contact information in chat with your email so I can get in touch with you? I know I had a couple of veterans call me this morning, and I apologize. Well, I know Mr. Henderson called. I don't know if he was, I think he said he spoke with Mr. Yancey already.
Yeah, he spoke with Mr. Yancey.
Okay. And you took over Ms. Rob's caseload, correct?
Both of us.
So it was split. I got you.
Yeah, it got split. I got half and he got half.
Okay.
But eventually, Mr. Yancey gonna take over the whole caseload once we get some new people in.
Okay. I was confused because when he said he spoke with Mr. Yancey, I thought you had absorbed it, but now it makes sense to me. So, okay, I'll need to get both your contact numbers so I can just stay abreast on.
Okay, I'll send it to you now.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. I put it in the chat, Mr. Scott.
Thank you. I got it.
Okay. Ms. Mack, is Mr. Adams in the courtroom?
Not yet.
Okay, thanks.
I should come down and get my hike.
Good morning, Jan's SDI. What is your name, please?
My name is Dick Jansen. It's my user ID, you see, so that's why it's Dick
Nope.
Jansen.
No problem. How do you spell your name?
DICK, then it's JANSSON.
Well, it's been a long time since we've seen you, sir.
Yeah, it's 2.5 years and I'm still doing good. I'm
Good.
sober and everything. It's I just so I just had a question. I actually called Brian and he told me to call in.
One moment, sir. Can you spell your name again for me, please? Give me 1 second, though, to get
Yeah,
back
no
to the
worries.
screen.
Yeah, let me know when.
Now, sir.
DICK JAN like in Nancy,
Mhm.
double SO and N like in Nancy again.
Thank you.
I was in drug court here from 2018 to 2020. Well, you changed my name there. That was nice.
Cause I replied to her. Hey, Mr. Fikens,
Yes, sir.
I got Mr. Hanson, Jansen, he a graduate from our program.
Yeah, I remember him.
Can you turn on your camera, Mr. Jansen? He had a question. He got pulled over and they said that his case, I looked it up and judge, the case is closed or whatever. So he just had a quick question. Mr. Hanson, can you turn on your
I've turned on the camera here. I don't know why it doesn't work.
Can't see you though, no picture.
Take your
No.
thumb off the camera.
You know it's you because I recognize your voice.
Yeah, but you know what? It should be able to. I try to. The camera says it's open here. Let me check my. IT guys is like inconsistent technology, right?
Mr. Fikens,
Ms. Mack, if you can you put Mr. Fikens and Mr. Jansen into a breakout room?
I sure will.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. For some reason, yeah.
Yeah, you can never forget that voice, Mr. Reed.
no, you can't. Was he on your caseload, Mr. Griffin?
Excuse me, sir. I'm at the VA and I got a doctor's appointment in a couple minutes. Can I ask to be excused or?
Mr. Boomer,
Yes.
go ahead and then come back as soon as you can. If we're not here, we'll figure something out. I see the judge is here.
All right. Yes, good morning, Mr. Boomer. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your patience. I had the State Drug Treatment Court Advisory Committee meeting on this morning, and we're just wrapping up. And so those are individuals that make wonderful suggestions to legislators and to the governor about what we do with our drug treatment court and our specialty courts. And so, Mr. Boomer, I know that you have an appointment. I just wanted to check in on you this morning. I know that you are in treatment, and so I'm going to have you go ahead and leave. And then, Mr. Yancey, what's going to be his return to court date?
Yes, Your Honor, if we could have him come back on October 18th on Zoom, that would be great at, I believe, 8:45, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, very good. So, Mr. Boomer, did you get that? 8:45 a.m. on October 18th, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right. Make sure you're
Y'all
taking good care of yourself, okay?
Oh, I am, and I'm feeling better.
That's
I
good.
You are
appreciate y'all.
feeling better?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that, Mr. Boomer. All right, continue to do your part, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, I will. And I appreciate y'all. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. He is a vet. Oh, Mr. Boomer, before you leave, I need
Yes,
everybody
sir.
to join me in thanking Mr. Boomer for his service. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Now you are free to leave. All right. Very good. I am going to have the parties now place your appearance on the record. Good morning. Thank you all for your patience on this morning. I was in a meeting that I needed to attend, and so I need the attorneys. Let's start with the attorneys to place their appearance on the record for me, please.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Veterans Court, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you and good morning again. I believe Mr. Fikens is in the breakout room.
All right, no problem. Good morning, Mr. Reed. Do you have any other preliminary matters for me?
No, Judge, not at this time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's go to case managers. I see Mr. Yancey on the screen.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Specialty Court and Veterans Court, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Yancey. Do you have any preliminary matters for me?
Not this morning, Your Honor, not at this time.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin on behalf of Veterans Court this morning.
All right, good morning, Mr. Griffin. Do you have any preliminary matters for my consideration?
No, Mr. Jansen and all, I see you see him. That's one of our graduates from a while back. He had a question, so I sent him in a breakout room with Mr. Fikens. I think he want to say hello to you.
Oh my goodness, wait a minute. I need to pull up on my computer because I can't see that far away. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I can't even see who it is. All right, I'm pulling it up now. Mr. Jansen, oh
Hey.
my goodness.
Your Honor, how are you?
Surprise. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You look wonderful.
Thank you. You do too.
I'm trying to keep up. All right, things are going well?
Yes, it is. Everything is perfect. I'm still sober too. I know you're going to ask me the question.
Yes, sir. You know I'm going to ask you the question. All right, yeah. Very good. And I'm certain that with you being sober, life is going very well for you. Am I correct?
Yeah, it is. It's I actually I travel home to Sweden now frequently. Do you remember my dad was a little bit so he starts to be a little bit worse. So my sister and so I try to come to Sweden 3-4 times a year, right? To see him. He lived in an elderly. But yeah, no, it's good. I just told my colleague here that I wish I could retire, but it's a while back. Yeah.
Well,
That's great.
keep working at it.
Yeah.
It's so good to see you, Miss
Good to see you too.
So good to see you.
So
all right.
I actually had a question, but I think we solved that. I think somebody's gonna reach out to there. A police officer stopped me. I didn't have the belt. He followed me home. He gave me a warning because it was in my subdivision, and I guess my probation or drug court is not over yet. And he thought he told me to check it out. So I think we did that.
Mr. Feigens?
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, it was a pleasure seeing Mr. Janssen again. His case, the way he describes it, Judge, I'm just concerned about whether that case was closed out properly. So if I could get an ROA from Miss Mack on case number, if she's ready, 1-805-623-201. And maybe an SOS on Mr. Oh no, let's start with the ROA. I think I can do that.
When I took a look at it, it's closed, closed with improvement, been closed. I mean, it's closed out in JIS, so but I don't know what's going on.
And then if that's true, I won't. I don't have access to that, so I can't see.
Okay.
So I can explain what happened here, so everybody's on the same page. The last 3 times I've been coming back from Sweden. They usually randomly once every 2 years they take you into this room and ask you a few extra questions when you have a green card. But lately they dragged me in there, and the last time, which I told Mr. Fikens here too, the lady said you need to check because you're still in on probation for 2018 incident.
Can you check the system and make sure that it's entered correctly? It looks like it is, but I'm not sure what is going on. That is an abstract on his license. I can have that promote. That might be what. Was it a gentleman offense? Yes, I think about it. So I don't know if you have an abstract. All right, so Mr. Janssen, just so that I can continue on with my docket for this morning, Ms. Mack is sending the ROA to Mr. Fikens. She's also going to check the system. Mr. Fikens, Ms. Mack has indicated that it looks like this has been abstracted. And so, and I believe it should have been, is that correct?
Yes, it should be abstracted. And now I'm wondering whether or not the Secretary of State didn't follow through on what the abstract that they got. So perhaps Ms. Mack can send me the SOS as well.
Yes, she's shaking her head. Yes, she'll send you the SOS as well. And so, Mr. Janssen, give us a moment to work on that while I continue my docket, okay?
No problem. Thank you very much.
All right.
It's good to see everybody.
So good to see you. All right, very good. Give us a second. All right, I have already completed the matters for Stephen Boomer, SP 133-37602, and case number 2205661-001. I had the attorneys, I don't see Mr. Fikens now. Let me have the Mr. Kusheri, if you could place your appearance on the record for me.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Kusheri, Veterans Justice Outreach Coordinator with the Detroit VA Hospital.
All right, thank you, and good morning to you, Mr. Kusheri.
Thank you.
All right, I have the veteran mentors. Let's see, at the top of the screen, I have Mr. Parker.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jimmy Parker, Veterans Treatment Court Mentor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Parker. Good morning. All right, and Mr. Scott. Unmute for me, Mr. Scott. Oh, Mr. Scott might not even be listening to me. Let's talk about him bad, y'all. He might be taking care of some other business. I'll come back to him. All right, let's do it. We have a graduation or completion on today for Mr. Willis Stitt, who is in the courtroom. Are we ready to proceed as to that matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Mr. Stitt, if you could join us at the podium, please. I have the following matter for Mr. Stitt. I have case number 05374552. Mr. Stitt, state your full name, please.
Willis Allen Stitt.
All right, Mr. Stitt, how are you this morning?
I'm doing fantastic.
Yes, you are doing fantastic. Yes, sir. Mr. Stitt, you have been with us the time period that you were supposed to be with us. Is there anything different about your life today than it was when you first came in to this program?
Yes.
Tell me what's different.
I see I live in the heart of the city. I see the almost loss of life of the abuse that goes on. I get up in the morning and I see certain people doing certain things. I go to work, I come home, they're still doing. And I look at my life, I'm like, how blessed I am to even learn one thing every day. And it just tears me apart that a lot of people are just wasting their lives away. They don't learn not one thing in one day. You know, and it just touches my heart. Some people, they know I work and they see me come through and they try to get me to indulge. And I'm so glad that I'm so strong that I see that I don't want to say like it's like the muck and wire that you live in. Somebody tried to sell me something. I said, tell you what, you need some money, right? He goes, yeah, I need some money. I said, tell you what, I'll give you some money if you buy you a sub sandwich and not a drink, you know, buy you something to eat. I see this guy laying on the ground and I thank God that I don't choose to live like that. And it's so sad and it hardens me.
And you understand that sobriety, being clean and in recovery, plays a big role in sometimes the path that we are on in life. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. And so, Mr. Stitt, do I have your commitment to continue to work to stay in recovery?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Whether you have a court case or not, listen, this is for you. You have really done well in this program. You had some issues that were pending out there that were just hanging over your head. The attorneys did a fabulous job of resolving those issues for you. And they did that because you were working your program. You were doing the things that you were supposed to do. And so I think that that's awesome. I hope that you don't ever get another case to come back to 36th District Court, but I do hope that you will stop in, whether it's by Zoom, phone call, walking into the courtroom and let us know that you're still doing well and that you're still on the right track. You owe that to yourself to stay on the right track. You're a good person. And so I'm so proud of you. And I'm glad that this day has come for you. I'm going to hear from Mr. Griffin. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, Mr. Griffin. Yes, Mr. Stitt.
To my driver's license, the Secretary of State Manager says I need NOA, and I need an SOS too, like you were just saying. I'm not quite sure what that is.
Okay.
But a notice of adjudication, and then I'm good to go down at the DMV. That's what the lady said to me.
Okay, Ms. Mack, can we facilitate that today?
I don't know what that first one is, but the SOS I can do.
And
all right.
It's a notice of adjudication. That's
all right. Mr. Fikens, Mr. Reed.
Yes, Judge. Go ahead.
Are you familiar with the notice? This is administrative stuff. So are you all familiar with the notice of adjudication?
I'm just gonna guess it's an ROA, Judge. I don't know that.
All right, Ms. Mack, why don't you call and find out the notice of adjudication, what that is. So we can make sure, call Ms. Knight or Ms. Thomas, so we can make sure we get that to him.
I think that is an ROA, because adjudication, I think is his case being adjudicated.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Can we just make sure, because he's getting ready to leave today, and I want him to sell off in the sunset and be great. Yes,
That's like my only problem in life.
All right, we gonna get
Everything
it.
else is beautiful.
All right, we're gonna get it together. All right, Mr. Griffin.
Okay, good morning again, Your Honor. This is Mr. Willis Stitt. Mr. Stitt signed his contract with us on August the 3rd, 2021. He had a 12-month contract. He has successfully completed outpatient treatment at the VA. He also completed 40 hours of community service. He completed the ARMS program, drug tested twice per week, all tests were negative. Also paid all his costs and fines off. The short time I had to work with Mr. Stitt has been a pleasure. Always nice, concerned. So it's been a pleasure working with him. He's concerned about getting his license back, so we're working on that also today. But he will continue aftercare services with the VA. So he's still connected with Mr. Kasheri and things like that. So anything he needs, like Judge always said, we do not throw you away. So if you need anything, just reach out to us via Zoom or come into the courtroom. But Mr. Stitt, congratulations on this accomplishment and nothing but success for you in the future. Your Honor, I'd like to make the recommendation to submit Mr. Willis Stitt for graduation today or completion.
All right, very good. Yes, very good. Very good. All right, let's go to Mr. Kusheri, and then I'll hear from Mr. Parker and then the attorneys. Mr. Kusheri?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Thank you again. Mr. Stitt, I just want to congratulate you. You've done such amazing work throughout this entire program, and I know it is anything but easy. Riding your bike in the snow, trying to make it to testing, you with your work ethic and how many hours you put in a week, dealing with your neighbor and all of the other stressors that you have had to deal with throughout this whole program. You have just done incredible. And I just wish you all the best and want to congratulate you on moving forward. You can always reach out if you need anything, and I'll look forward to continuing to work with you. And I will try to help with whatever you need, whenever you need it. Congratulations, Mr. Stitt.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin. Thank you.
All right, very good, Mr. Parker.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness! Congratulations, Mr. Stitt. I'm so proud of you, man. You've come such a long way in a short time, but you made it. You made it to this point. This is what you've been working for. This is what you've been striving for. This is what you've been, as Mr. Kasheri said, riding your bike in the snow and doing all the things that's necessary to work and to do your testing and to go to the classes and you've done it. You've done it with great adamantcy because you were determined to finish the program, and it was a pleasure, and it's still a pleasure to work with you. You have my number. Please don't hesitate to call as you were doing while going through the program. Congratulations again. I wish all the best for you. And we'll talk soon. Congratulations. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. I love you too.
All right. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens. Did you run Mr. Stitt? He doesn't have anything else. All right, wonderful. Mr. Reed, Mr. Parker,
Yes,
Mr.
thank you.
Fikens.
Congratulations, sir. Job well done. I'm going to make a motion in this case, Judge. We cannot dismiss the case, but we can close it with improvement. And I'll make that motion after I make a few remarks, if I may. Mr. Stitt, it's been a pleasure working with you. I had the opportunity to meet you personally at our May graduation, and that was such a great time for me. The program is not easy. It's not intended to be easy, but you've done everything we asked. You're employed now. You're about to get your driver's license, independent housing, changed the behavior that brought you to Veterans Court. We're so proud of you, sir. Keep up the good work and be safe. And now I'll make motion, if I may, and I want to get these numbers right. Case number 0537452. I'm moving that case be closed with improvement. And congratulations again, sir, for a job well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Fikens, anything?
Thank you, Judge. I certainly join in that motion. Mr. Stitt, when I think of you, the word determination comes to mind because of how determined you've been. You know, when you had slip-ups, when things weren't going right, you hung in there. You never gave up on yourself. And now here you are, these many months later, ready to get going and get out of here. And I know you're going to make it. I know you're going to do a good job. I know you're going to be fine. And come back and visit us anytime. Not as a defendant, but just as a guest. Okay.
Yes. Not as a defendant. There you go, friend of the court. All right, very good. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in celebrating Mr. Stitt. Mr. Griffin is holding up your certificate that he's going to bring down for you. This is awesome, awesome. Mr. Reed, I am granting your motion. I'm closing the matter with improvement. Mr. Stitt, congratulations to you. And then we also want to thank Mr. Stitt for his service in the United States Army. Is that correct? Thank you so much, Mr. Stitt. So thankful and grateful for your service. All right, you are all set, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have some information for you, Mr. Stitt. When you're done in the courtroom, you're to go over to the cashier window and ask, Ms. Roper is gonna come and see what exactly you need, because it's something that she needs to do for you for the Secretary of State.
I need to go to the cashier's window and see Mrs. Roper.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
We're getting this square. Listen, if they don't square you away, I need you to come back here.
Yeah.
You should not be leaving this program without having everything done. That should not happen. Okay?
I'll be down with
All
your
right.
certificate.
All right, very good. Congratulations, Mr. Stitt.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Ms. Roper, okay, no problem. All right, good morning, Mr. Rosenthal. I'm well. All right, I have a promotion today, a recommendation for promotion. And so once the podium is cleaned up, I'm going to ask Aaron Adams to come forward. Good morning, Mr. Adams. I am doing well. How are you this morning? All right, there's a recommendation to promote you.
All right.
How you feel about that?
I feel all right. One of my friends' wife got caught in that flood down in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, but he got her out of there just in the head of time. She went to Atlanta.
Okay.
Stayed in Atlanta, but they ain't got no house no more.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully they have the appropriate insurances. We can replace stuff.
I guess they're waiting on that now.
Yes.
I think they're waiting on that now. And then they were gonna leave it with my best friend. That was his niece that got killed in that truck accident. That semi.
Oh, yeah.
That was my best friend niece.
I'm so
She was
sorry to hear
34 and
that.
had 4 kids. Only have on the weekend. It was on the,
Yeah, I saw it.
it was on the weekend.
I saw it.
That's
How are you handling all of this,
I'm
Mr.
having all
Adams?
of my babies, I'm dealing with them. I went to the snack depot and bought up too much junk the other day. Saturday. But I
Okay.
gotta get ready for Halloween.
All right. Very good.
Do you know, I live next door to a senior citizen home. I help them every day.
Very good.
Oh, yeah. They be looking for me to come on the porch. They
Oh.
want to pop, they need $1, they need some juices or something. I look out for them.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Oh,
Adams.
yeah. I look out for the babies and senior citizens.
All right. Very good. I'm gonna place your case number on the record.
Okay.
Z808-1351. State your name for me, Mr. Adams.
Aaron Frederick Adams.
All right, very good, very good. There is a recommendation on today to promote you to phase 3. How do you feel about that?
I feel all right about that.
You do? All right, you ready?
I got, I do outpatient and I get my certificate Friday from there.
Okay, you've been doing it.
Yeah, I've been doing it.
All right, very good.
You was
Listen.
fussing at me, I had to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will fuss. I
Yeah.
will. Listen, Mr. Adams, I'm excited about you going to phase 3. It was reported in staffing that you are taking care of business.
Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful. But I need you to start making some payments.
Oh, I gotta go in there in a minute, I don't know where to go. I got
Okay.
the money now for him.
Going to the cashier, Your Honor.
Yeah, I got the money right now for him.
You heard that, Mr. Griffin? He making a payment today.
I called him.
All right.
I called him yesterday. I told him you need to come down here and make a payment. So he said he'll be
Come
down
with
there.
some money.
I got it.
We don't bug y'all about money because I'm more concerned about you all getting what you need in the program. But I do have to make sure that you're paying your fines and
Oh, yeah, I'm
costs,
gonna pay
okay? All right, very good. I'm gonna let Mr. Griffin tell me why he has recommended you for promotion. Mr. Griffin?
Okay, Your Honor, Mr. Adams been with us since December 23rd of 2021, had a 14-month contract. He's currently in outpatient treatment at Detroit Recovery Project with Mr. Killing. He's doing well. He's been dropping, urine test been negative. He completed his 40 hours of community service. Told him he's gonna make a payment today, so I told him he need to start paying on his costs. Other than that, Mr. Adams has been working very hard, and at this time, I believe he's stable in his treatment, and I think he's going to successfully complete this program soon. So as of today, I'd like to make the recommendation to promote Mr. Adams to phase 3, Your Honor.
All right, very good, very good. And so there was no objections from any of the team members? Is that still the case?
No objections, Judge, no objections.
No objection, Your Honor. I just want to say, if I may,
Place your appearance on the
Yes,
record.
Your Honor. Matthew Rosenthal for the people, P84807. I would just like to place on the record that it's been amazing to work with Mr. Adams. When he did need help, he's come to us. He's been honest with us, and we've been able to provide him with what he needs. He's been following everything. He's been, pretty much taking care of his family business, his life business, and everything he has to do, not only with the courts, but, other treatment he's looking for health-wise. And I think, out of all the vets, he's somebody that, is really taking this program serious. And I just appreciate him being even unconditional. He has a good heart. He's always helping other people.
Yeah.
He's helping his family. And I'm very proud to be here for this promotion today, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal. All right, Mr. Scott, place your appearance on the record. And is there anything you'd like to say about Mr. Adams, Mr. Fikens? I need you to go back to breakout room number 1 with Ms. Brimage. She needs to see you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Adams, you sound great. His attitude sounds fine. He has really found himself, in this program. He's doing what he needs to do. So I'm happy for him, excited for his promotion. So good for him. Thank you, Your Honor. Keep up the great work,
Yes.
Mr. Adams. Keep up the great work.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Griffin, if nothing else from any of the other team members, Mr. Reed, anything else?
Just congratulations on the promotion, Mr. Adams. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, what's next?
Your Honor, he'll be coming back for a face-to-face on October the 25th at 10:35 a.m. Mr. Adams, I will give you a telephone call on that day. Or I'll probably be talking to you before then. I'm pretty sure I will.
You said the 25th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Mr. Adams?
October 25th.
All right.
Go to Halloween, and yeah.
That's not,
I
it's
won't
close
forget
to it. Don't forget it. All right, very good. I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in celebrating Mr. Adams, thanking him for his service and celebrating him on his promotion. Congratulations. All right. Now you make sure you go make that payment for me.
I just gotta know where to go.
Okay, officer will tell you where to go.
Okay.
It's right across the hall. I like being on the first floor. Yeah, right, it's right, the money people right across from me. Yes. All right, Mr. Adams.
Your Honor, can
All
somebody
right.
write down his case number so he know what case he's paying? Just one case, so he should be good.
Miss Mack, can you do that? All right, let's keep going. Yes.
Mr. Franklin is in the courtroom, and I believe he needs to go into a breakout room. If I could go into a breakout room with Mr. Franklin, and I think Mr. Griffin will come in also.
No, you fine, Mr.
All right,
Reed.
very,
You can just go in. I don't need to go in, Mr. Reed.
all right. Does the mentor want to go in for a moment? with Mr. Franklin and Attorney Reed?
Yes,
Who's
I can.
Mr. Franklin? All right, Mr. Scott, do that
Yes.
for me. All right, very good. You all will get an invitation to breakout room number 2. Did you already, somebody already send out the invitation? You did. Okay, I'm looking, I don't see the people. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I have up next, Mr. Purry. Mr. Purry, good morning to you.
You on mute, on mute.
Unmute for me, Mr. Perry. Now he's disappeared altogether. All right,
Good morning,
okay.
Jack. How are you?
There you go. Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Very good. I have the following matter for you, Mr. Perry. I have case number U582-574-20. State your full name for me.
Kenneth Purry.
All right. How are you today, Mr. Perry?
Good. About to have a birthday on the 9th.
The 9th of October. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. What are you going to do for your birthday?
Well, just a little celebration at home with the wife.
All
Probably have
right.
dinner with
That's
the
a good
family.
way to celebrate. I'm sorry?
Yeah. Probably have dinner with the family. My siblings.
All right. All right. Very good. Very good. Well, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday, sir, and that you're very cautious about who you're around and what you do, okay?
Okay.
All right. Very good. Tell me, what have you been doing to socialize since the last time I've seen you? What are you doing to get out and be around people?
Well, I've tried to stay around family members that don't use. And my best friend's a great guy. He doesn't use either. So I spend a lot of time with them.
Very good. So you've been spending your time with people that do not use, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And what has that been like for you?
It's been good. I enjoy it.
Okay. All right. Very good. Are you having any difficulties, any struggles with staying on track?
No, ma'am, not at this point.
All right. Wonderful. What do you need us to help you with, Mr. Perry?
Everything's good right now. You guys are doing a wonderful job, and I want to just thank you.
All right. Work is still good?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still a G
Still
man.
at the VA?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Let me hear. I'm going to start with Mr. Kusheri. Ask to Mr. Perry. How's Mr. Perry doing?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning again. Mr. Purry is doing well. He's entirely compliant with all of his treatment at the VA. He's engaged in different modalities of weekly treatment, and he is attending all of his appointments, and he's an active participant in all of his sessions. He's stable and doing well. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday, Mr. Purry. I hope that you have an amazing birthday. I'm so happy you're alive. I'm happy that you're doing well. I'm happy that you're at the VA as an employee. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
All righty. Thank you.
All right. Very good. All right. Mr. Griffin, you have Mr. Perry's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What do you want me to know about Mr. Perry?
We did get an opportunity to stop this case yesterday. Mr. Perry is doing fine. He's in compliance. He's completed just about all conditions. And I had conversations with him. We need that money. So he owes $600 in fines and costs. So the ball is in his court. He knows once he's get that money paid and stuff, we can probably set up him for graduation. He started with us with the 12-month contract. He's been with us since May the 18th of 2021. So, he did make one payment, so he needs to start making some more payments. But other than that, like Mr. Kushari stated, he's in compliance with your order at this time, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Any other team members as to Mr. Perry?
Mr. Perry, good morning again, everyone. Mr. Perry's doing well. Your Honor, I've spoken with him, he's doing well. Family's doing well, and also keeping in compliance with the court orders. And so he's doing great. Just and happy early birthday again. Also from me, Mr. Perry, and give my best to your wife. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else? Anything else from any of the other team members? If not, Mr. Perry, you know, I want you to tell your wife that I said hello, and I thank her for being one of our greatest cheerleaders for you. We certainly appreciate that. I want you to have a great, great birthday. And then, Mr. Griffin, what's next for Mr. Perry?
Your Honor, Mr. Perry, they have a face-to-face with me on October the 25th at 10:35 a.m. So on that day, Mr. Perry, I'll give you a phone call and we'll discuss. But if you want to come down here and make a payment, just come on down and you can stop in to see me.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
All right. Very good.
What date is the face-to-face on?
October 25th.
Oh, thank you.
All right, very good. Okay. All right, I just got a message. All right, very good. All right, Mr. Perry, you are all set. I need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. Perry for his service to this country. Thank you so much, Mr. Perry. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Take good care of yourself. We're here if you need us. Continue to work hard, Mr. Perry, okay?
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye now.
All right. I am ready next on Mr. William Brown. Did we wipe off the podium? All right, let's do it. Come on, Mr. Brown. I have the following for you. I have case number 18044410401. State your full name for me, Mr. Brown.
William Nathaniel Brown.
All right, good morning. How are you this morning, sir?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I didn't hear how you were doing.
I'm good. I'm very good. I feel good. That's the main thing.
You feel good.
That's all I do.
All right. Are you doing something different that makes you feel good?
Well, you know, if I had a known what my situation was a long time ago, I'd have been out of left this whatever situation was.
Yes. Yeah. So you would have been where you are today had you known a long time ago what kind of impact it was having on your life, right?
That's correct.
People don't realize that alcohol, even though you can get it everywhere, high shelf, low shelf, middle shelf, go to your friends, you can get it free, you can get it cheap. You know, they don't realize the impact that it can have on you physically, right?
And it does have an impact too. So I can tell.
You can tell the difference. I love it. I hope everybody heard that too. You can tell the difference and you feel better. And guess what? You look better than when you first walked through these doors. You certainly do. You got a little pep in your step. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right. Things have been going well with you?
Oh, yeah. Things were going just fine. Yes.
Okay, good. Very good. All right. Anything you need to update us on or to notify us of that we can help you with?
Well, everything is about to reset. I just gotta, gotta wait.
You just got over, I'm sorry?
I said, I just gotta wait on certain situations, that's my license. Just gotta wait for that,
All right. Now, I know you had the interlock and something happened with the car. So what are you doing about that?
Well, I had to put it in storage for, until, I can get my license returned. So, the insurance was so high that I couldn't,
It was too much, yeah. All right. And so I'm certain that you're having some conversations with your case manager and hopefully the attorneys as well to explore some opportunities to help you maybe pull Mr. Kashiri into that discussion as well, Mr. Kashiri, because it was a financial hardship for him.
Yeah.
But he wants to drive, and we certainly want him to drive clean, you know, with his license and all of that good stuff. So maybe we can put our heads together, I don't know, and try to come up with something. I'm gonna drag the mentor into this as well, Mr. Scott, to work with him, to see if we can get him in a place where he's able to do the right thing. It's something when you want to do the right thing and you can't afford to. Yeah, that bothers me.
That is correct. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you want to do the right thing. You're trying to do the right thing. You just can't afford it. And so if we could, if each one can just reach out and let's try to come up with, you all try to come up with some kind of resolution for him. I know Mr. Kusheri, you told us about some resources that may be available. I don't know if they'll be available for this purpose, but it's worth the ask. Okay, all right. So we'll continue to work on it. Until then, I'm counting on you to do the right thing.
Right, thank you.
That means no driving.
That's right.
You don't have a license, you cannot drive.
Right.
You will get caught.
Yeah.
And even if it takes us months to find out about it, we will find out about it. And I will not be happy. Oh, I will not be happy. Okay, I want to let you know that, all right? All right, what else is going on?
That's just about it, you know, maintain it and, trying to stay straight, and that's about all.
All right, very good. All right, let me go to Mr. Kusheri first. Mr. Kusheri, do you have any updates on Mr. Brown?
Yes, good morning again. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Brown is compliant with his treatment. He completed everything at the VA as ordered and went above and beyond and attended some additional sessions as well. He's linked to a team, so in the event that he decides that he'd like to re-engage in services, he is always welcome to return, but he is stable and he has completed all of the programming that was ordered. Mr. Brown, I will definitely reach out to you as, you know, Judge discussed to talk about your needs and maybe identify some potential resources that might alleviate some of that stress and get a resolution in place so that she can drive. So, but he's doing well, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Kusheri. All right, Mr. Who has Mr. Brown? Mr. Yancey, is that you?
No, that's my case, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Mr. Griffin.
Mr. Brown is doing well, man. Talk on a regular basis. Like Mr. Kusari said, he's in compliance. He completed all the stuff. I'm just going to talk to him about making some payments to get his costs paid down. He's currently in phase 2 of our program. He's been with us since April of 2002. So he has a 14-month contract. More than that, he's in compliance. He's in compliance with testing. No problems with Mr. Brown at this time, Your Honor. And I'll also take a look at his SOS to see what's going on and see and get with the attorneys to see if there's anything we can do to help him.
Okay, one of the things that he's indicated, Mr. Griffin, is that the insurance is so high.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So let's work to see what we can do to help him. Mentor Scott?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
As to Mr. Brown, William Brown.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have William Brown?
Yes, I do believe Mr. Brown was assigned to me, to my knowledge. I think he was assigned to me. Yes, I have not reached out to Mr. Brown last week, unfortunately. I will definitely make contact with him this week to see where he's at and to see what type of things I can leverage for him or what type of assistance he needs, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Scott. All right, Mr. Brown, you're in good hands. Is there anything else that you need the court to be aware of?
Nothing at this time, Your Honor.
All right. I wish I could see Mr. Scott, Mr. Brown. Every time he comes in here, he's a dresser. He dresses, he dresses. I mean, he's sugar sharp this morning. I know you looked at it. Look, he's shaking his head like, yes, I am. And so, Mr. Brown, I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Always dressed. All right. Mr. Griffin, what's next for Mr. Brown?
Your Honor, Mr. Brown is in phase 2, so he'll be having a face-to-face with me on October the 18th. 2022 at 10:35 a.m. Mr. Brown, I will reach out to you and arrange that.
All right, Mr. Brown, did you hear that? Mr. Griffin is gonna, October 18th, he's gonna reach out to you to make the arrangement, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, before you leave, I need everybody to join me in thanking Mr. Brown for his service in the United States Army. Thank you, Mr. Brown, we appreciate you. Always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, take care. You are free to leave. All right, I see that Mr. Stitt has joined us back in the courtroom. Do we have him situated? Mr. Griffin, you need to see Mr. Stitt. He's all set, Mr. Fikens and Mr. Reed.
Very good, Judge.
He got the document that he needed.
Oh, hey, how you doing, sir? Hold on 1 second.
I need you all to mute yourself, Mr. Franklin. Mute yourself. I'm sorry.
It was electronically sent to Secretary of State. He has an appointment with Secretary of State tomorrow.
All right, you should be in good shape. If you are not, call us up or come back, okay? I need to get you squared away. Thank you, sir. Yes.
I think he was just waiting. Did Mr. Griffin have a?
Mr. Griffin has something for him. Yes, Mr. Stitt. And then I think Mr. Brown is.
Yeah, Mr. Brown is clear.
Okay, Mr. Brown is clear and free to leave. All right, very good. I have left for my Veterans Treatment Court docket. I have Mr. Franklin. Is Mr.
Judge,
Franklin on? Yes.
Judge, before you begin with Mr. Franklin, could I ask online for Mr. Janssen to read his chat and respond to it for me? Thank you,
Oh,
Judge.
Mr. Janssen, please read your chat. Yes, I want to get you squared away as
Oh,
well.
chat. Oh, I didn't. Yes. Okay, I answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens. All right, for Jeffrey Franklin. Where is Mr. Franklin?
Right here. I'm right here, Judge. Hold on.
Okay. All right, very good. Are we ready to proceed? The case manager?
I'm going to proceed on behalf of Mr. Griffin, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I have the following for Jeffrey Franklin, SP 105-98852, and case number 134045831. Mr. Franklin, state your full name for me.
Jeffrey Franklin.
All right, Mr. Franklin, how are you today?
Well, I still got my challenges, and I found out I got additional one, but I still don't have water or heat now. I've tried several resources, but there's one reason or another I can't get an additional loan because I just got this house, and all the lending institutions are telling me that my income to debt ratio is too high and my loans are too new. And other agencies are telling me that I haven't been in my house long enough. You have to be here 6 months before they can assist you. And of course, the real estate people are kind of just dismissed it since they've gotten their money and they're gone. So that's where I'm still at. I'm still trying to work through all that.
Mr. Sherry, are you able to point him in the direction of getting maybe some resources to help him with his housing situation?
Well, he did.
I'm sorry, Mr. Franklin, you can go ahead and share.
Yeah, he did give me several resources, but then, like I said again, I tried all of them, but all of them for one reason or another were not able to assist me.
Okay, all right. Also, Mr. Yancey and Mr. Griffin, I know that your home is in the city of Detroit, Mr. Franklin?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
All right, and so Mr. Franklin, you need to get in more light because I can barely see you. I need to be able to capture your image.
Is that better, or because my way I'm sitting? That's not better.
Not really, but
I got the light on here. I don't know.
Let me ask Mr. Yancey, there are some resources. You said your home is in Detroit, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Yancey, I know that There was a connection that we've made with Mr. Bowser, who's now the Associate Director dealing with housing for the city of Detroit. And so can we try, Mr. Franklin, have they connected you to that resource?
I'm not sure what that resource is, to be honest with you. I've tried.
Right. So, Mr. Griffin, Mr. Yancey, can you all reach out to Mr. Bowser to see if there are some resources, because Mr. Franklin is reporting he has no heat and no water. And he's not been able to get any resources to help him with that situation. And so we also have a referral to Neighborhood Legal Services. That list went out yesterday or the day before by Mr. Wade. And so I'm counting on the case manager to connect Mr. Franklin also with Neighborhood Legal Services, because they may be able to help him from a legal perspective as to how he's in a home that he's bought and now there's no heat and no water. Did someone get that for
Yes,
us?
Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Y'all, we're writing it down,
All
so
right.
we're gonna reach out.
All right, yeah, if you all could follow back up with me. All right, at first I thought I was at home talking to my family. That's how they do me. I'll be like, did anybody like hear me?
No, we're
Y'all didn't
right.
even look
We're
up at
usually
me.
writing when
Okay.
you're talking.
All right, I was writing too. All right, I'm just checking to make sure I'm at work and not at home. That was a flashback. All right, so that is how they do me. All right, so we'll connect him to Mr. Bowser, and we'll connect him to Neighborhood Legal Services for any legal issues that he may or may not have with respect to his living situation. Other than that, Mr. Franklin, I got some news in staffing on yesterday, and I'm not happy about it. Do you know what news I got, Mr. Franklin?
He's on mute.
You're muted, Mr. Franklin.
Yes, ma'am. I know what the news is, and I spoke to Attorney Reed just a few minutes ago in the breakout room.
Yeah. So here's my issue, Mr. Franklin. You are in specialty court, and we are doing everything we can to help you. For you to go out and I don't want you to say I did or didn't do anything. So I'm saying for you to go out and even encounter the police and get issued the tickets that you were issued and not say anything to a case manager, an attorney, the court, or anything, I'm really just not happy about that. We have been trying to help you, and you basically gone out and dug the hole a little bit deeper for yourself. It's my understanding you've not paid on any fines and costs with the court. And I understand that life happens and it's one issue after another. But when life is happening, you have to make sure that you're not out selecting issues for yourself, that you're not out creating issues for yourself. And that's what you've done in this situation. You have created issues for yourself. And it's not the right thing to do when we're trying to help you.
Yes,
what do you
ma'am.
think about that?
Ma'am, you're right. You're absolutely right.
You can see my desktop.
Yes.
I put a cursor on the software
All
that
right. Mr. Franklin, you must be busy with work right now.
I'm distracted. Yes, I have two things going on. A client called me at the same time, but I'm asking them to hold on. I'm going to call them back later. Let me call you back later, sir. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. I'm sorry. He called in.
Like to say we would
The
hold on.
client called
so you
in.
can
No, the
take care of
client called in while I was here.
Okay, no, that's okay.
I took care of it.
All right.
But yes, you're absolutely right. I shouldn't have been out there. The officer told me that it was going to be.
No, I don't want to talk about the facts of the case. I don't want to talk
Okay.
about the facts of the case because they have not been adjudicated.
Okay.
Notice I said that even the interaction, the contact with the police to be issued those type of tickets. That's unacceptable to me. It's unacceptable. I expect, require, demand that people who are in specialty court, that they are law-abiding citizens. You've already been given a second chance by being here with us today. And so on the matter that brought you before me.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so,
Correct.
Mr. Reed, you went in the breakout room. What do you want to tell me?
Yes, Judge, thank you, and thank you for the opportunity to talk to Mr. Franklin. We talked about a couple of things. First of all, he doesn't have a license and he cannot drive. I explained that to him. No license means no driving. The other thing we talked about was any contact with law enforcement should be reported immediately to case managers and court, and that wasn't done. And Mr. Franklin apologized. He wants to resolve these tickets. He wants to get a valid license. In talking with Mr. Franklin, he doesn't have any drinking and driving cases, so he doesn't need to go to us for a restricted license. I asked him why he doesn't have a license. He informed me that his previous case manager informed him that he had approximately $1,250 worth of reinstatement fees. I would ask that I be sent a copy of his SOS so I can determine if that is correct. I explained to him that the court could do nothing about reinstatement fees. If he has reinstatement fees, he has to pay those. That money goes to Lansing, but $1,250 seems like a lot in reinstatement fees. So I'd like to evaluate the SOS. Mr. Franklin apologizes for violating the law and breaking the court's order. He wants to resolve these tickets, so whatever help we can give him, if the court's inclined to help him with these 4 cases, he would ask that happen. Otherwise, he's prepared to pay the tickets, Judge. Thank you.
Well, I think these tickets are scheduled before Judge Sabri. Is that correct?
I believe there are 2 misdemeanors and 2 civil infractions. The misdemeanors are driving with no license and no insurance. The civil infractions are expired plate, and I believe one is a failure to yield or something of that nature. He wishes to resolve these.
All right, but here's the thing, Mr. Reed. Why would I resolve these, assess him fines and costs, and he's not paid anything on his specialty court order?
Yes, Judge, I understand. I didn't know that nothing had been paid. Mr. Franklin is working now. I know he's had some problems with housing and income has been limited, but he should be making payments. I'll assume he's going to do that immediately. He would still ask the court to consider giving him some assistance on these 4 tickets.
Mr. Scott, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Franklin?
Thank you, Your Honor. I have not had a chance to speak with Mr. Franklin addressing this matter. This is my first time hearing about it. I do understand the behavior, unfortunately, and I will talk with Mr. Franklin regarding this, as Attorney Reed alluded to it in the breakout room, that we don't want Mr. Franklin to set himself up with self-inflicted wounds and self-inflicted pitfalls, because he has been doing so well in the program. So we just want to make sure that we do. Then I'll share some things with Mr. Franklin to make him aware that it is, unfortunately, it is an extension of certain behaviors that we take with us, that we don't want him to shortcut anything. So I will definitely reach out to him today and speak with him myself personally.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, Mr. Griffin, I also have in my notes that he missed something on October 3rd. Was that a test?
I'm not aware of that, Your Honor. I don't know why that's,
Okay, maybe I wrote the note with the wrong person.
okay.
All right, Mr. Griffin, is there anything else to report out? I'm not, let me say this, Mr. Reed, I'm not inclined to do anything with those new tickets until he starts paying on his specialty court order. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm setting him up for failure. Miss Matt, if you could send the SOS to Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens to see what he owes, why he doesn't have a license, that would be great. In addition, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I'm gonna stretch you all and ask you to look at if there are any exceptions that he may fall within with respect to those reinstatement fees, okay?
Yes,
As to
Judge.
being a veteran, as to any portion that can be waived, or if there is any exception that would allow him to get his license while he's paying off his reinstatement fees. So see, Mr. Franklin, I'm still trying to help you. And that's why I don't like when people go out and they have encounters with the police, because it's almost like my human nature wants to tell me, don't help you because you're not helping yourself. But I care about you. And even when you're not helping yourself, I still don't want to see you drown. I still don't want to see you not make it. So that's why that piece of it really gets under my skin, because I know I'm still going to try to help you, even though you're not out there trying to help yourself. And if you don't have a license and you get behind the wheel of a car, you are not helping yourself. You're not helping yourself. And I just feel like I'm relieved of or should be relieved of my obligations to help people who do not help themselves. That's how I feel personally. But having been helped in my life when I didn't want to help myself, I can't help but extend the same courtesy to you. So I want Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens to look at those things. We're going to get him to where he can get a license. And then I will determine what I'll place those cases, those new cases, Ms. Matt, for his next court hearing, place them with me. But I need to see where he is and whether or not he's working this program. And I'll determine what I'll do from there. And then Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, you all can talk to the prosecuting attorney, because I can't do anything with them without the prosecuting attorney's blessing.
Judge, if I may, Mr. Fikens has been working behind the scenes, and he has talked to the city attorney, and he has a offer on those 4 matters. Whenever you wish to handle them, we have an offer.
As soon as he makes a payment on his specialty court order, I'll be ready to entertain him.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay? He needs to make a payment.
Yes, Judge.
Needs to make a payment. Mr. Griffin will get with you and tell you how to do that, but I'm not entertaining those charges until you make a payment. Mr. Griffin?
Yeah, and Ms. Mack, can you also send the attorneys a printout from the court of what he owes the court? I just looked at it. It seems like he has some civil infractions and a lot of reinstatement fees through the JIS. So if you can send them that also, that get them a better understanding. And I'd just like to say the last thing I'd like to say, I hope that Mr. Fikens, correct me if I'm wrong, that this may push him back from getting a license by getting a ticket for driving without a license. So I hope that don't affect him. So.
Yeah, I mean, that is, unfortunately, that's always the risk you run, because the Secretary of State has their own rules for determining whether or not there's going to be additional sanctions applied, no matter what happens in court. So we can try to keep it at a minimum. We might be able to keep it at a minimum, but unfortunately, the Secretary of State might have different ideas.
Okay. All right, very good. And so, Mr. Franklin, I need you to make a payment with respect to specialty court before your next hearing date.
Yes, ma'am. I just need to know where to pay and how to pay. I was never given that information. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll get with you today. Yeah, I'll get with you today.
All right, now y'all know y'all can't come in my courtroom talking about y'all not giving the information on how to pay. You can go online and click, how do I pay my ticket at 36 District Court, and it'll tell you, or you can ask.
I'll do that.
Okay, Nope, give it your case manager. He said he's gonna give you that information. So let's do that. All right. Anything else for my consideration, Mr. Scott?
No, Your Honor, thank you again. I believe that was it. I will make it a point to follow up with Mr. Franklin.
All right. Very good. All right, if nothing else, Mr. Franklin, did you have anything that you needed? We've got a couple of things going on. I've asked the attorneys to look at these reinstatement fees, and if I could get his summary, I'd like to put it in the file as well. And if there's any exception or that. Okay. So now this doesn't look like reinstatement fees. This looks like fines that he's been assessed that he just didn't pay. Am I right, Miss?
The way that I looked at it, it looked like we may have missed a court date, because one of them is scheduled for a show cause and the other ones are scheduled, are in default. So he must have missed the court date.
Yeah, he had a court date on the 26th, Your Honor, on the new tickets.
That's what I wrote missed for. Okay. All right, very good. All right, and so, yeah, he has a hefty amount that he owes to the court, but I don't, Mr. Fikens and Mr. Reed, I don't know about this $1,200 in reinstatement fees. I'm seeing that he has some tickets that he's not paid and he needs to start paying.
Correct, Judge. And there might be reinstatement fees in some of those tickets because of missed court dates. But no, it's not, I don't think doesn't appear to be much more than maybe, well, 5 at the most.
Okay, and that's what I was told by Ms. Robbs. That's why I didn't, that's the last I heard from her. She said I had $1,200 in reinstatement fees, the only thing I needed to pay. Well, maybe she was including the tickets too at the same time. I'm not sure. But that's what I was told, so.
So, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, this is what I'm gonna have you do. If you could get the information on the things that are outstanding on his summary, get with the prosecutor. You all know the rule about, you know, the civil infractions.
Correct.
So if they're over a year old, nothing I can do with those other than work with him to get on a payment plan or what have you. But Mr. Franklin, you're gonna have to roll up your sleeves and there's some work you're gonna have to get done, okay?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
So that you can get your license. And I understand that life is happening. I understand that. I don't want you to think I'm overlooking that. But listen, if you don't get this license thing together, life is gonna keep happening and it's going to get worse. And we don't want it to get worse, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. All right. So he has 2 matters that are scheduled for show cause in March of next year. I'm going to have you place all of these on not all of these, but the new one along with his contract matter and the 2 that are scheduled for show cause. Let's put those on the docket for his next court date. And then they will look at and see with the civil infractions. And then Mr. Griffith, we will have to come up with, I'm gonna hope that you will help me come up with a payment plan. He's gotta get these things paid off.
Okay.
I can only waive penalties, interest, but he's going to have to pay these things. Okay?
Okay, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, anything else for my consideration as to Mr. Franklin?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
Nothing else? All right, Mr. Franklin, you don't have any questions?
No, ma'am. I'm just willing and available. Like you say, I gotta address these things. They've been following me for years, to be honest with you. And
Okay,
I just want to get
and they
it
don't
taken
go
care of.
away. They don't go away, so let's get them taken care of, okay?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we got the housing going. We've got the referral to neighborhood legal services as well as Mr. Bowser, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens. I think what you're gonna look at is just the outstanding charges, his charges. I don't think it's just reinstatement fees, okay? And then he's got these pending matters. Once he makes a payment before his next hearing date, and then I'll listen to the offer from the people.
Thank you, Judge. And can we get that SOS from Mr. Franklin, please?
I
Yes,
received.
Ms. Mack will send over the SOS for Mr. Franklin. She already did.
Thank
All
you.
right, very good. Mr. Griffin, what's next for Mr. Franklin?
Your Honor, would you like to see him for another Zoom hearing, or do you want me to?
No, I need a return to court if he makes his payment.
Okay,
I need a return to court.
is the 25th a good date, Your Honor? Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
You'll have to bring him back on the 8th.
The 18th. Okay, the 18th, and then
Yeah.
I'll make sure he make a payment before the 18th, Your Honor.
All right, October 18th at 10:45 a.m. Okay, Mr. Franklin?
Okay, now,
8:45, Your Honor, for the Zoom here. We're gonna do it.
8, did I say 10? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
8:45. 8:45. A little thrown
Yes,
off
ma'am.
this morning, just a little. Okay.
And I'll get with
All
you this
right,
afternoon,
very
Mr.
good.
Frank. I'll get with you this afternoon, Mr. Franklin, to
yes, sir.
tell you how to make a payment.
Okay, I'll be
Okay.
here.
All right.
Okay.
And the referral to neighborhood legal services, Mr. Bowser, all of those things.
Okay, I'll get all
Okay.
that information.
And
Okay.
we'll probably have to make that contact to let them know we're referring, because there's, you all got the email from Mr. Wade about funding that's available. I forgot the pot of money, but Neighborhood Legal Services is one of those providers.
Okay.
Okay, all right, very good. All right, Mr. Franklin, let's get back on track and get it done, okay?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
All right, before you leave, I do need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. Franklin for his service to this country. Thank you, Mr. Franklin. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, take care, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Again.
Your Honor.
All right, yes.
On Mr. Janssen's case, I've given him some instructions and also invited him to contact me after he does some of the things that I've asked him to do. So at this point in time, I think we've done everything we can for Mr. Janssen, and unless he has any other questions, I'd ask that he be allowed to be excused.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I will. I got the instructions here, so I'm all set. I will actually reach out to my old attorney that I had when I was down there and see if he can help me too. Right, I'm going to call him now, and then I go from there. I don't see. It's just annoying when I come into the border and they tell me that I'm still in the system. But
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
Well, I think
will.
do the things that Mr. Fikens has advised you to do.
Yeah.
And then listen, Mr. Janssen, if it doesn't get corrected, you need to come back and see us. We won't stop until we get it right.
Yeah, I can come back and see you anyway. I promise that. I just don't know which. I
All
was there
right.
once, but do you remember you work offline sometimes? So when I was there, he said there's no. I came in a Tuesday and there was nobody there. So, and I told the team that I will come down and visit you. I promised you that. Do you remember when we had our
All right.
exam?
Yes.
So that's
All
good.
right, Mr. Janssen.
Yeah. Have
All
a good
right.
one now.
Very good.
And thank you
You
very
do
much
the
for all your
same.
help.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Mr. Fikens, for
Thank you.
taking care of that.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, before I call my 10 o'clock docket, I have one more veteran that I just need to place the return date on the record. I have for Orlando Henderson, SP 1104886, counts 1 and 3, and case number U598432121. Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor, I did talk to Mr. Henderson today, and I will see him today at the court. He is doing well. We want to have him come back on October 18th of this year at 8:45.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Mr. Yancey.
Yes.
All right, I believe that is it for the Veterans Treatment Court docket. Thank you to the Veterans Treatment Court team for being on this morning. Thank you for allowing me the time to do the State Drug Treatment Court Advisory Committee meeting. I appreciate that. And so I want you all to have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. And thank you for doing what you do. Listen, send those veterans to us if you know where they are and they have some matters here at 36th District Court, even if they have been adjudicated but still open because they've not paid or they've not complied. We want to be able to help them. So please, please send them to us, okay? That's the least we can do for the people that have served this country. All right, so you all are free to go. Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor. Everyone have a
Thank you,
good
Your
one.
All right.
Take care.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, very good. Let's go to the 10 o'clock docket. Ms. Brimage? Ms. Brimage?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for your patience
Not a
on this
problem.
morning. I think you have one person whose camera I turned off, and so that's for Ms. Brimage. And I want to make sure we can turn it back on.
He's here, Mr. Applegate and Mr. Adams, both of them are on.
Okay, both of them are on?
Yeah, Mr.
Okay,
Applegate is
very
with his
good.
attorney.
All right, but I think I turned off somebody else's video. Mr. Abrams, is it yours as well? No, he's on for 10:45. He can stay off. All right, very good. All right, very good. I will start with Mr. Applegate. I have case number Z808-6371. Counsel, your appearance.
Your Honor, Ron Ruark, P464883, appearing on behalf of Mr. Applegate, who's with me in court this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Applegate. Please state your name.
Paul Applegate.
All right, thank you, and good morning, Mr. Applegate.
Good morning.
All right, Ms. Brimage.
Yes,
Ms.
Jasmine.
Brimage, please place your appearance on the record for me.
Jasmine Brimage on behalf of the probation department.
All right, thank you. Ms. Brimage, let me get your report first.
All righty. Your Honor, Mr. Applegate was sentenced on September 20th, 2022. At that time, my recommendation was that he does outpatient treatment. Due to the assessment, you told me the needs plus assessment recommendation, he was ordered to get a clinical assessment. Mr. Applegate has done everything I've asked him to do. He's in Lincoln Behavioral Services. For some reason, they could not complete it. I referred him to Detroit Central City. They said they could not complete the clinical assessment. I even reached out to Mr. Killing, and Mr. Killing said since he's already receiving services and Lincoln Behavioral Services, they were not able to do the assessment for him. So our hands are tied right now, but I just want to let you know that he has been very proactive with this.
And so he's currently receiving services at Lincoln Behavioral?
Yes, and I think they want $100 for the assessment, and Mr. Applegate is indigent. He's screening twice a week as ordered. He hasn't had any positive screens, no missed screens. So he's doing everything else we've asked of him.
Is he in Wayne County?
Yes, he is.
And so did you get him on the 1-800 number for them to have him go to Lincoln Behavioral for his clinical assessment?
He's already at Lincoln Behavioral, and I spoke to his therapist several times.
Right, but I'm saying when they go through the 1-800 number, they don't pay if they're indigent for, unless he has an income somewhere, they don't pay for the assessment.
And that's why when I spoke to the therapist, because at first she said she could do it. Then it came back that there was a cost with it because we had everything set up already. Then they came back with the cost.
Okay, and so Miss Brimage, what I'm gonna have you do is get him on the 1-800 number.
Okay.
So that, and then explain to them that he needs services and he needs to get clinically assessed.
Okay.
And that he does not have insurance other than through the state.
Exactly.
And that he doesn't have the money to pay for a clinical assessment.
Okay.
Okay, and they should not, I appreciate you all, Mr. Applegate, doing everything that you could do, but it is important for you to get that clinical piece so that we can make sure you're at the right level of treatment. And so if we could do that, Ms. Brimage, that would be great.
Okay, I'll get on that after court today. I can give them the number.
All right, very good. Other than that, Ms. Brimage, he's doing everything else the court has ordered?
Yes.
I thought you said all of my cases, I was gonna be upset this
Well, you were
morning.
gonna be
No, not
upset that
this.
it wasn't done.
Oh, no, not when people have already, Ms. Bremish was trying to get me ready for you all. She sent me a message. I'm like, Rod would be upset. But no, when people are doing everything that they can do, I understand that sometimes there's red tape. But we've got to find ways to get around that red tape. And I think the way to get around it is by calling the 1-800 number and indicating to them that he needs services. He'll have to describe what's going on with him, letting them know that he already gets services at Lincoln Behavioral, but he needs a clinical assessment for this new offense that is before the court, and they'll probably say, well, Lincoln Behavioral should do it. And then let him know they're trying to charge him money. He doesn't have money. So hopefully that's going to be an easy fix. If that is not an easy fix, Ms. Bremish, I need you to reach out to Mr. Wade, because we have a direct contact with Mr. Joey, who is the CEO at DWIN, and he should be able to help us navigate through this very quickly.
Okay.
I'll try to do it without him, because I try not to call on those resources unless it's just absolutely necessary. So let's try it that way. And then if we can't get it that way, Mr. Wade should be able to get it cleared up through either Mr. Journer, and I can't remember her last name, but we have several contacts that work with us to troubleshoot for us, and they do a fantastic job.
Okay.
They do. All right, wonderful. All right. Any recommendations, Ms. Bremish?
No, he's doing well. Mr. Applegate, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Because I know he was concerned too.
No, you're in good shape. You're in good shape. So your recommendation is for him to just continue with the terms of his probation?
So do you want to do 2 weeks again to make sure that this is completed, and then you can get the assessment, or you want to go out 3 weeks? What you?
No, ma'am. I need to do 2, and I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll tell you offline. All right. So I'll do another review date on October 18th, 2022, and that'll be at 10:00 a.m. Counsel, what do you want to let me know as far as your client? He's doing a great job. He did everything he could. Give us an opportunity to see if we can do a workaround on this. And then hopefully we can get him, not hopefully, we will get him into the appropriate level of care.
Yeah, Paul's doing great, and I really appreciate the help that Officer Bremish has been. She's been terrific.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Officer
All right.
Bremish.
You're welcome.
All right. And so, Mr. Applegate, I want you to hang in there. Thank you for showing up for your testing. Thank you for refraining from the use of any substances. You are doing very, very well. Is there anything that you need the court to help you with at this time?
No, I wanted to say I also completed the victim impact panel.
Okay.
Oh, you did. Very good. What did you learn?
I learned it's terrible to drink and drive because the consequences can be deadly.
They can be. And the person that's drinking and driving may not be the one to suffer the deadly consequences, right? It could be
That's
somebody
right.
else, some innocent person.
That's right. It can be innocent
Yeah.
by innocent people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So you want to make sure that you're mindful of that as you go forward in life, that when people drink and drive, I don't think anybody really gets behind the wheel of the car and say, before they do it, I'm drunk and I'm going to go out and kill somebody. I don't think that happens. I just don't. I might be a little bit naive, but I don't think that happens. I think that people misgauge when they drink and drive. And that's why we say drinking and driving, they just don't mix. They misgauge and things happen. And so you certainly don't want to be in that number, right, Mr. Applegate?
That's right.
All right. All right. So we're going to work at it. We're going to get you into that treatment, the appropriate level of treatment, and we'll continue to work with you. If you don't have any questions, counsel, do you have any questions?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right. Then Ms. Bremish, we've got his date, October 18th at 10:00 a.m. on Zoom.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
All
you
right.
again, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for your patience this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Officer Bremish. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Have a good one.
All
Okay,
right.
so this one is the one.
Who are you ready on? Mr. Adams?
Yes.
All right, I have to find the camera of the, did you also have Daisha Adams?
I do. Did she log in?
Now, that's who I don't see.
Because remember, if she was in treatment with Mr. Killing, he said everything was okay. We were gonna give her a different date. You just wanted to make
Okay,
sure she was
all
in
right.
treatment, and she is.
Oh, well, let me call her case real quick. 'Cause
Okay.
we can close that out. I have for Daisha Adams.
No, what you mean close?
D808-2801. Can I get her file for Daisha Adams? Ms. Brimage, you have confirmed that she is in fact in treatment. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Correct.
And she's at Detroit Recovery Project?
Yes.
All right. What else do you want to report out, Ms.
That
Brimage?
she's screening twice a week as ordered. All screens have been negative, and she's scheduled to complete the alcohol highway safety this Friday.
All right. Very good. And how often is she going to treatment?
So as of right now, it's just regular outpatient, so it's once a week. And I requested the treatment plan, so he's gonna send that over. I know you like that also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And how often is she screening throughout the week?
Twice a week at ATS.
And you said she's at ATS, and then
Yes.
you said that she is getting ready to complete the
Alcohol highway safety on Friday at eBay.
All right, very good. What's her next date?
You gave her 2 weeks to make sure she was in treatment. How did you want to do it this time?
Let me see her on the 18th, and
Okay.
then I'll push her out after
Okay.
that.
All
So
right.
I'll do October 18th, 2022,
At
and that
10.
will be at 10:00 a.m. as well. Okay?
All righty.
All right, wonderful. Let's go to your last matter, Ms. Brimage. And again, thank you for your patience this morning. I have for Frederick Adams, case number 05. Who's talking? Is that in the office?
That's somebody else.
Okay, thank you. All right, I have case number 05326181. Mr. Adams, state your full name. Uh-oh, you're muted, so I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Oh, Frederick Adams.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, Miss Brimage.
Yes,
What is, go ahead.
Jasmine Brimage on behalf of the probation department.
All right, Miss Brimage, what's going on?
Okay, Your Honor, I was hoping his attorney was here today because he does have a retained attorney. I did speak with Mr. Fiken briefly about what happened, but I didn't go into all the details because I wasn't, I was hoping the attorney showed up. Mr. Adams was scheduled to screen once a week via mobile testing. I've reached out to ATS several times. Mr. Adams had an appointment with them. They never showed up. I reached out on September 14th, September 27th, and also October 3rd. I have not received a reply back from them. He was scheduled to report to Mr. Adams' house on September 8th. He never reported. So you wanted them to screen twice a week, but because it was mobile testing, it was more expensive. So you said once a week because it was $35. So now that transportation may be an issue, we may have to look at the sober link so that he doesn't have to go as often. I mean, my hands are kind of tied because of his transportation issue and his money issue. So we thought mobile testing would work out, but they have not reached out to him. They have not reached out to me. They haven't reported to his house at all on the scheduled day.
So Ms. Brimage, what is he doing on the probation?
So he was only ordered to screen, and then in December, he was supposed to start at Pop-Off for their program, but that doesn't start until December. He had a 6-month probation. So those were the only two stipulations in the money.
All right, he's got a screen.
Yes.
He's got a screen. So isn't there, I thought that there was an agency that if we called in advance, they would come and get him for screening.
Once a week.
Okay.
Now, Your Honor, They did pass a grant. I can go out once a week now. They passed a government grant where the smart connector can pick me up and take me out there once a week. So I can get there now.
But that's just once a week. If you're not getting a mobile, then she needs twice a week.
Give me 1 second. Let me just look at one thing.
Okay.
I need to go in a breakout room. Ms. Fikens, Mr. Fikens and Ms. Brimage, I'm gonna have you all join me in a breakout room. I'm gonna join you all in breakout room number 1. Go back to it for me.
Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Yes, transportation. I can get there.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, Judge, you're not in the breakout room yet. You're still in court.
All right, Mr. Reed, I'm sorry, Mr. Fikens and Ms. Brimage, any objections to my recommendation that we do the testing once a week, given his circumstances?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
All right, so let's schedule the testing 1 time per week, and let's see how he does. Okay?
Okay.
And then it's important that you get with Popoff in December, because I'm more concerned about the treatment aspect of it, given the circumstances, okay?
Mr. Adams?
Yes.
All right.
So
very
I
good.
can go see him once a week.
You're gonna go test once a week.
Oh, that's
But
perfect.
Ms. Brimage, you get to determine what that date is, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Now, Ms. Brimage, I'm also looking at, your client has a number of outstanding things here at 36 District Court. Let's start working with him to start work at, and Mr. Fikens, at getting these things paid off.
Okay.
Because it's just the right thing to do. I'm willing to waive penalties and interest for civil infractions or what have you. But he needs to get some of this stuff paid off. So he can get closed out at 36 when he's finished with us.
Yeah.
Very good, Your Honor. I'll start working on that and talk to the prosecutors.
All right, Ms. Mack, if you could run a summary for Mr. Adams, And let's get that to Mr. Fikens and Ms. Brimage.
Because the cases are all closed and there's money on, you just gotta pay the money, is $5. 5, 6 cases for $25. I don't know what's, because I can't bring up some of the.
Oh, so they're not gonna show up?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I had.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay,
Oh, yes, ma'am.
all right, so,
He got 6 cases that's closed, it's $25.
okay,
Not including the case that we're
right,
in the process of handling.
okay. And then, are there any other matters outstanding for him? None of these things are outstanding for him?
No.
Okay, so, and all he owes is $25 on that?
Times 6.
Right, times
Yes.
6.
Yes.
No fines and costs were assessed?
I mean, they're old.
Okay, then he might be in good shape.
Okay.
25 closed matters times, no, I'm sorry, 6 closed matters times $25. Okay,
Very good, Judge.
all right, so you all can look at that and work with him, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Anything else for my consideration?
No, I'll just ask that we bring him back in 2 weeks so we can make sure the screening is in place and he's in compliance with that. And also between that time, I can call and get him scheduled for the sessions that pop off. Because they said it's gonna be Zoom or in person, so Zoom is great.
Why did we wait until December? Refresh my memory, Ms.
Because that's
Brennan.
when the class starts, that you wanted him to attend.
Oh, got it. Yes, I remember now.
Okay.
Got it. All right, very good. All right, Mr. Adams, I hope that you're doing the right thing, even though you haven't been able to test through no fault of your own.
Oh, no, I just want to get it over with.
Well, we want you to learn something while you're in it. Don't just get it off with. Learn something while you're in it, okay?
Oh, yeah, I have. I went to before. I have.
Okay, all right, very good. But I will see you on October 18th. Make sure you take Miss Brimage's calls because she's got some stuff to do with you before you
Yeah,
come
I
back
know.
to see me, okay?
Oh, I know. She's been real nice. She's been on me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Adams. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you, Miss Brimage. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. So on the 18th, we're gonna have a ball together.
Yes,
Okay.
we are.
Not you, Mr.
All
Adams.
right. Bye, Mr. Adams.
Okay.
You're not invited to the ball. All right. All right, Miss Brimage. We're in good shape.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, if you are in my courtroom for the 10:45 a.m. trial, please turn on your camera. Please turn on your camera. I'm ready to get started. Good morning, Mr. Rosenthal. It looks like Mr. Abrams, you have to put your name up. Nobody's gonna know you by Larry.
Oh, sorry, I had to switch to mobile, but I'm going back to my desktop
That's okay.
now.
I'm gonna put it on for you, okay?
Okay, thank
I'll put
you.
it on for you. All right. All right, very good. Have we had any officers check in yet? It's only 10:45, 10:46.
I haven't
Any
seen,
officers?
I haven't seen any officers or spoken to any at the moment, Your Honor.
Nor have I, Your Honor. I've not seen any officers.
All
We'll
right,
make a
I'm gonna
motion,
give
Judge.
just a few minutes. What'd you say, Mr. Reed?
We're ready to make the motion now, Judge.
Mr. Reed, I'm gonna give just a few minutes. Mr. Rosenthal, see if you can find your people.
There is a.
And good morning, Attorney Tucker. I see that you're here on Mr. Abrams.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, as soon, I'm gonna give the people a few more minutes. This is a good time for me to stretch, and I've been sitting in this seat for a minute. So I'll take a few minutes, give Mr. Rosenthal a few minutes to locate his folks, and then I'll be ready to call the cases. Court is in
Yeah.
recess.
I'll do my best, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rosenthal.
And Miss Mack, are you there?
Yes, Mr. Rosenthal?
Yeah, I don't expect anyone to show up if they haven't, as of now.
Okay,
Let's
I'll
do
let the judge know.
I'm ready.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke to them.
All right, I have for Larry Abrams, case number SP 135-10781. Counsel, your appearance. Let me get this.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Rosenthal for the people, P84807.
Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal.
Good morning, Your Honor. Tanika Tucker, PA 5402 on behalf of Larry Abrams.
Thank you. And then Mr. Abrams, could you please state your full name for the record?
Larry Abrams Jr.
Thank you, sir. All right, this matter was scheduled for trial on today at 10:45. Mr. Rosenthal, you said no one has showed up. You didn't believe they were coming. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Looking at the offenses, as well as just no communication from the officers at this point, I don't believe we'll have anybody for today's trial. I would just ask that they be dismissed without prejudice, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel, any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, your motion is granted. The matter is dismissed without prejudice. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I'm ready on Shanita Aaron. I have the following cases. Case number SP 135-14381, SP 135-14391, and SP 135-14401. Ms. Aaron, state your full name for the record, please.
Unmute yourself, ma'am.
I mean, who is this? Give me Ms. Aaron. Ms. Aaron, unmute yourself for me.
No. I was trying to figure it out.
All right, you figured it out, Mia. All right, state your name for me.
Aaron.
One more time.
Anita Aaron, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, ma'am, I can. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out something. 4391. I have that one. There is a count 2 on here. Miss Mack, I need to see what happened with this one. Can you see what happened? All right. These matters are scheduled for a formal hearing and trial on today. The officers have not checked in. Mr. Rosenthal?
Yes, Your Honor. We just ask this count be dismissed without prejudice, Your Honor.
All right. Any objection from counsel?
No, Your Honor. We ask for dismissal.
All right. Thank you. Then I am granting the motion for dismissal. I'm dismissing without prejudice. That count 2, what was that? It wasn't on my docket.
Right, because I don't know why it wasn't, but it was put in default status on September 2nd.
Okay, so it should have been scheduled for hearing today. And so I'm dismissing both of those as well.
Thank you.
All
Judge.
right, thank you. I appreciate you all. Thank you for your patience. You all are free to leave. Mr. Abrams, you're free to leave. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were still in the courtroom.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you're very welcome. Take care. All right, we are all set. We're all set. All right, we have mental health court staffing today. Oh, that's not you all. Yeah, that's right. You all are done with me. Miss Aaron, yes. Are you trying to say something to me? Yes.
Yes, I am. I didn't know where you're talking to me when you just said that could I?
Yes, ma'am, you can leave. Yes, ma'am. You're in great shape.
I have one question for you though. I received this letter in mail from the state of Michigan. It said basic improvement course eligibility, and it was saying that there was 2 points. You know anything about this letter?
I can't understand what she's saying, so I'm gonna need you to call the courtroom and speak with my clerk. Call the courtroom, okay? I'm gonna put the number in the chat for you. Yes, ma'am, it's 313-965-2280. I just put it in the chat for you.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Call the clerk, yes. And then
Okay, bye-bye.
Mr. Reed, Mr. Fife, it's Miss Mac. Let's get her call and then we'll know what's going on. You all are good with me until Thursday. I see another team of folks today. All
Yes,
right,
Judge.
very
Yes,
good.
Judge.
You
We'll
all
be
were
sad until-
awesome.
Thank
What'd
you,
you say,
Judge.
Mr. Fife?
I said, we'll be sad until then, but we'll be back.
Of course you will. You see Mr. Reed trying to get off here. Bye, Judge. Thank you, Judge. See you later, Judge.
Be safe,
All right.
Judge. Be safe,
I
Judge.
will. I promise. All right, Miss Mack, I think is taking that call. Thank you, Miss Sires. I think Miss Sires was on with us today.
Yes,
Miss Sires, thank you for serving on today.
You're
All
welcome.
right, yes. All right, thank you so much. And we're good because we can't have a court reporter in our staffing. It's closed.